Why does your child avoid reading, and what can you do about it? If your child avoids reading, most likely reading is a struggle for them. So what can you do to help them at home? Well, first off, your child may struggle with different aspects of reading. For example, they may struggle with decoding or sounding out words when reading. They may struggle with reading fluency or the pace of their reading. Or they may struggle with reading comprehension, really understanding what they're reading. Or some students struggle with all three of these aspects of reading. Let's start with decoding. Students need to be able to accurately decode words in order to read fluently and understand what they're reading. If your child is struggling with decoding, they may need instruction on how to accurately decode or sound out words. The Orton-Gillingham approach is incredibly effective at teaching students how to read words accurately. Usually, a child will start with an initial evaluation to see where they're struggling within decoding. Are they having difficulty reading basic single-syllable 2 or 3-letter words? Are they struggling more with words that have consonant digraphs, vowel digraphs, or maybe multisyllabic words? The idea is we want to figure out where the struggle is so that we can begin to address it with where they're at. With Orton-Gillingham tutoring sessions, we use a multisensory approach where we integrate the visual, the auditory, and the tactile kinesthetic modalities simultaneously while helping students to build stronger decoding skills. This might integrate tools like colored sand, magnetic tiles, mini whiteboards, all of these multisensory tools as part of a structured, systematic approach to teaching. Now, if your child has received multisensory tutoring, they've received Orton-Gillingham instruction either in school or out of school, and they're reading to you and get stuck on a word, don't give them the word. Encourage them to use their tools. Encourage them to sound out words that they get stuck on rather than just asking you for the word right away. Number 2 is reading fluency. There's a great strategy that you can use for helping your child build stronger reading fluency called the choral reading strategy. The way that this works is you should select a passage, have your child start by reading the passage out loud as sort of a cold read. Students with poor reading fluency may read it very slowly. The reading may be a bit choppy. Step 2 is you should read the passage out loud to them to model good reading fluency. Step 3 is they should read that same passage along with you and try to keep up with your fluency. And step 4, they should read the passage again as a final read and wow them on any progress you note from their first cold read to the final read. Practice this strategy a lot, and you'll probably start to see improvement in your child's reading fluency. The third component is reading comprehension. This is arguably the most important part of reading, because if we can't understand what we're reading, we really lose the whole purpose of reading, some might argue. So what are some strategies that you can use at home to help improve your child's reading comprehension skills? Well, first off, if you're reading with your child, don't just read from beginning to end, but stop and ask them questions along the way to help them become a more active reader. Ask them about the plot. Ask them about new characters, questions about their traits. Ask them about the setting. Have them make predictions of what they think may happen next. Or maybe ask them inference questions about why something happened. You can also encourage them to create visual images of what they read, of what is being read to them. You can do this by starting with a mini little story of maybe 6 or 7 lines and go line by line with them, having them form a visual image of what they're listening to. For example, let's say you have a story that begins with Ella and her friends were sitting around a campfire. Well, ask your child to describe the scene. How old is Ella? What color hair does she have? Is she tall? Is she short? Tell me about her friends. Are they tall? Are they short? How old are they? What time of day is it? Are they roasting marshmallows? Have your child form a great visual image of each line of the story. Then have them go back and retell the story, first with all of these great visual details, and then if possible, just with information straight from the story. If your child is struggling with reading, the earlier you can help them build these skills, the more likely they will be successful in school, because reading affects pretty much every aspect of school. My name is Dr. Emily Levy. I am the founder and director of EBL Coaching. We specialize in providing one-on-one reading remediation, both in person as well as virtually. So if your child is struggling with reading and you feel they need extra support, contact us today to see how we can help them.